wanted to show you guys, this is the Gen 3 wall connector. Originally I had purchased the Gen 2, but then when I saw that this came out, I decided that I would return that and order this one. This actually has an 18-foot cable. The other one, the Gen 2 I had a 24-foot cable. Also, this can only be attached to a 60 amp breaker. I believe the Gen 2 could be attached to a 100 amp breaker. But I don't think for me it would be a big deal. And let's see, the other thing is, if I open this, I'll show you in a second. I'm just gonna have to turn it around. Look at the way they package it. Really nice. With the glass front, white, and then they say, "Thank you for accelerating the world's transition to sustainable energy." Really nice presentation. And then under that, they give you, let's see here, I'll show you. Under that, you have your template. There is a quick start guide, but I removed that just because it has a code on it to actually log into the wall charger. So this is nice template. And this is where my main panel is. And what I'm going to be using, 1-inch PVC conduit. And I already actually started putting the conduit here, right over here. It's coming up with a 90. It's going to come up behind this vent. And then it's going to come out from there. It's going to go up on top, all the way up here. It's going to run all the way along the length. This is in my basement. It will come over here. It's going to jump from here to here. Then match up with a PVC pipe, which I just kind of laid up there for now. Sorry, right over here. Sorry, there's something wrong right here. That will run all the way over. The end will go all the way over here. The corner. And then it's going to go out through there where that piece of paper is. So now I'm going to show you how I basically measured my offset. If you can see from the ruler, I had to go from the beam over here all the way to the beam over there. And that measured approximately 11 3/8 inches from the surface of this beam to the surface of that beam. And I used a program called Offset Bender. So this is the program that I use, called Offset Bender. And basically what you do is you input your angle, which was, for me, was 45 degrees. And then the distance, the offset was 11 inches and 3/8 of an inch. And that came out to approximately 15 5/8 as the length of the piece going from one beam to the other. And this is basically showing you the piece that goes from one rafter to the other, and it's approximately 15 5/8 inches long. And then what I do is I'm going to put it all the way up here. And it's going to basically go from one rafter to the other. And you'll see that later when I install the conduit. So I just wanted to show you my conduit run. This is my 1-inch PVC conduit. What I did here was I did a little bit of a kick back from the main panel. And then basically what it does is it goes up behind that vent. And then it goes up in the back, you can see, and then it shifts over and then goes into this LB conduit body. And then I have the PVC come out here, And then I do a little offset right there. And then it goes all the way straight. And what I do is I strap the pipe down about every 3 feet. And then I do another offset using two 45-degree conduit bends. And then it proceeds straight all the way straight. All the way straight through, and then it goes outside. And this is where the conduit exits the house. I have an LB conduit body here. It goes into a 45-degree PVC 1-inch conduit. And then what I have here, as you see, I actually did a kick over here, a slight kick out to this other conduit body that actually feeds up and into the Tesla high power wall connector. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I need to feed my my wire through my conduit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this bag, attach to the string, and I'm going to actually suck it through the conduit so I can attach the string to my wire. See that I pulled it through using the shop vac here. I actually had this mesh that I put over the end of it, and it pulled right through. Okay, so now I pulled my conduit all the way through. I left the string in case I have to pull anything else through. Now I'm going to feed it through here and have it come out, and then I'll hook it up over here. Alright, so now I ran the wire along here, and now it's coming out there. I also left a string in there for the long run in case I need to pull any other wire through. Alright, so now I've got this hooked up. I already ran this through. I ran it up here, and now I'm just going to wire the HPWC. I also suggest that you run this what's a zip tie. Put it in before you have the wires in place. Just easier, you'll see. You can see here I ran the 3 wires up. I tightened the strap here just to keep the wires in place. I did a loop like they said in the instructions. I also did I have a torque wrench, so I ended up torquing these 3 screws to 50 inch-pounds. So now you can see I ended up putting the covers on, and I'm just going to put the cover on the high power wall connector. Alright, so now you can see my wires are coming into the box, the main panel, and then they're curving in here, and then they go along the conduit all the way out. Alright, so this is my final connections at the main panel. My black and white come in, 2 lines, and then my green is my ground. And if you see, the green connects to the neutral ground bus bar, and my line 1 and line 2 connect to that 60 amp breaker. Since this is my main panel, both the neutral and the ground are on the same bar. And then, since I didn't really have room to wrap the cable around, I have this fence post here that I bought this holder for, which actually works out really well. I just wanted to show you the finished product on my main panel. You can see where I put in the 60 amp breaker right at the bottom over here. And what I had to do is knock out 2 of these, which were obviously over here. And this is it. This is what it finally looks like in my main panel. I wanted to just reiterate, which I had said earlier, about I'm not an electrician, and I consulted with an electrician just to double check things I was doing. But if you do not feel comfortable working in a main panel, working with electricity, definitely get someone to do it for you who's insured, licensed, knows what they're doing. Always, if you happen to be working the main panel, always turn off that main breaker on the top. The only thing is, even with that main breaker off, you still have to be very, very careful, because the two leads that come in through the main breaker are always going to be live. Okay. So right here you can see is the final fully configured Tesla Gen 3 HPWC. And basically that's just at the bottom. You'll see the firmware number, and it shows that I am set up for 48 amp maximum current. So here's my final setup. You can see it's in the standby mode now. I have my cord wrapped over here. Hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helps you. Any questions, comments, feel free to leave in the comment section below. If you do have any negative comments, please be kind. If I did anything wrong, I'd love to know. Otherwise, guys and gals, I hope you have a great day, and take care. Bye.